My name is Matthew Roberts. I've been a targeted individual for 4 years. I know who my attackers are. 4 years ago, CI by the name of Dan Bell made a fake controlled buy off me and told the Lackawanna County District Attorney's Office that I was an out-of-state drug dealer, and that's who they were looking for to use their mind control technology on. I had an out-of-body experience, and the only one I ever had, of something coming down the hallway and into my body. And then I started hearing voices here and there, mostly shift changes and random status reports on my behavior. And I figured I was under investigation, but I wasn't a criminal, so I didn't worry about it. I figured their surveillance technology was two-way for some reason. Never did I think it was voices in my head. That happened all in the summer of 2020. 2 years later, in May of 2022, they went from surveillance to a torture. I started hearing voices in my mind, and they wanted me to go to a drug rehab where the technology would be extracted. It took about a month of them torturing me, telling me to go to rehab the entire time, for me to go to rehab. And in rehab, the torture continued. It got worse. They told me, do not talk to anybody about what I'm experiencing. Do not tell anyone what they're doing to me. And I didn't. I thought the voices would go away. 7 days in detox, it did not go away. And then after detox, they were checking to see if they had a bed for me so I could spend the rest of the 3 weeks there. And I told them, don't bother. If I was gonna suffer, I'd rather suffer at home. And the voices didn't say stop. They didn't say you're making a mistake. They didn't say stay and we'll stop. They tortured me out of rehab. And so at home, the torture continued and got worse. I remained sober. One night, when I was pretty manic about what they were doing to me. There was like 6 people in my head yelling at me. And I broke down and I told them I would never let what they're doing to me, I would never let it happen to them. My own torturers, I would never let this happen to them. And one of the voices that must have been empathetic said, national resources. National resources, Matt. And then the other ones laughed and joked. And they said, if you want to kick down doors, national resources. And that was 2 years ago. I didn't get the connection. I didn't know what national resources was. And just the other day I stumbled upon it. National resources is the CIA's domestic division. National Resources Division is the CIA's domestic division. So they got the technology from the CIA. And they just started pushing suicide after that. It's been 2 years and it's still going on. I made some other videos describing what I've been going through, and I said national resources. For the 2 years, I did not think it was the CIA. They're not supposed to be operating or, investigating or surveilling or terrorizing American citizens. Never once did I think it was the CIA. Now it turns out it is. So I'm putting this information out there. You can look at my other videos in the description. I'm going to put a link. I wrote 8 pages of what I've been experiencing over the past 2 years. Within the first 2 months, I not only found out it was the Lackawanna District Attorney's Office, but those in charge of the fucking torture program is Mark Powell, and lead detective Mark Powell is the DA himself, and lead detective Chris Colcherno. Some of the cops and detectives' names are Jason, Bryan, and Jeff, and Detective Jordan. Those are the only names they revealed, and I only know those names from their own coworkers yelling at them, thinking they crossed lines and went too far. I'm 40 years old. I was 36 when this first started, which is too old to be schizophrenia. I've never had any mental health issues ever. I've never seen a psych doctor before. But since in the last 2 years, I have been hospitalized 7 different times for psych evals. I spent a couple months in psych wards, and one medication they put me on quieted the voices. If you're hearing voices and you want to get rid of them, Haldol, or the generic is Haloperidol or something, but Haldol works. I'm not on it now, and I can hear them. I'm worried. I'm going to send a letter to National Resources and the Inspector General tomorrow. Today's a Sunday. I'm going to write to them to let them know that the Lackawanna County District Attorney's Office has exposed their secret and that they're torturing an innocent civilian. And then I'm probably going to go to a psych ward or a psych ward. I don't feel safe. See ya.